Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Elevate Your Life podcast. I am Paul Croto. I'm here with Cheryl Morley.
Hello. So happy to be here with you all today. I'm excited about this one, Paul. This is going to be a fun, great podcast that's a little bit different, or I guess, I don't know if different's the word. Maybe it's exciting. Super exciting.
Well, they're all exciting, Cheryl.
Well, they are, but this one is on the other side of exciting.
This is true. And as everyone knows, Elevate, spelled with an A at the end. We talk about the 8 areas of life. We always lead with elevate your body. We got to get your body right. That's where it starts with. And today's podcast is all about the foundation of health. So where does it start with? This really, when we talk about the Elevate Your Life movement, we talk about this podcast. This is the beginning to the whole thing. This is the foundation. This is where you need to start. If you're looking to elevate your life, you're at the right place, because this is the system you need to use to really kickstart your whole day, your whole life.
Well, you know what I'm finding, Paul, as I'm out talking with people and meeting with people. It's so interesting to me that there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to start. I don't, it's just so much. And I think a lot of times when that happens, people just kind of shut down and say, well, I don't know where to start, so I'm just not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And so that's what I love about this brand new idea or thing that we have here today that we're going to be talking about. It just makes everything simple and really makes it available for every single person to take this and really see a huge difference in their body, which I love what you said, Paul. I love that you said the importance of we always start with elevating our bodies first, because a sick person is not going to have, the mental capacity. They're not going to have they could be in pain, all of these other things that are happening. They're not even able, right, to start elevating other areas of their life. So that's why I love that we start with the body first.
Yeah, absolutely. And as all of our listeners probably already know, Cheryl and I own the Institute of Holistic Health. We have thousands of health coaches that work full-time, and part-time, helping other people. And we just hear all day, every day about more and more people having health problems, Cheryl. It's just crazy now. It seems like it's getting worse and worse and worse out there. I know a recent study just came out. Obesity is at 74% of people are either overweight or obese. Like that's 3/4 of the population.
Yeah.
That's only that one problem. I mean, the rest of them are just horrible.
Right. And I just read an article actually a couple of days ago on this exact thing, that if you are overweight or if you happen to be struggling with your weight, your chances of dying of all these other chronic diseases, of all of these other diseases, of diabetes and all of them, there's thousands now, right, Paul? I mean, it's just the most interesting thing to me is that every day there's six new diseases, six new problems that you could possibly have that are being, I don't know, I kind of believe made up. But anyway, that being said, that there's this way now we're here as a community really to fight against that. And and all these drugs that people are taking and things like that. I mean, there's just so many things that are making it hard for people to be healthy today. And really, I think it's just that the knowledge, they may not have the knowledge that they need to go ahead and take that first step forward.
Yeah. We'll post a link to that latest study we're referring to. You remember what it said, Cheryl, about number of prescription drugs the average person is taking now? Like, it was astronomical. I don't even want to believe it.
I think it's 15.
Yeah. Like, how could that be possible? Like, I don't take any, you don't take any. So we throw the average off already.
Yeah. Well, there's 15 drugs that a person will be taking
over their lifetime.
Yeah. And that's just crazy. The crazy thing is nobody has any idea. Nobody, not the FDA, not anyone, no drug company has any idea what the two drugs do together as they mix in your body. They don't know. They have no idea. And there's never, ever any studies done on that, which I think makes it so bad. I mean, one's bad, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different medications at one time, your body just can't handle it. And our bodies are amazing. and our
Yeah.
bodies do handle it, but it doesn't mean that we feel good when we are taking those all those different pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah. We got to take back control of our own health and
Yep.
do the things we need to do. But I think you hit the nail on the head, Cheryl, by saying it's just confusing. Like I see all these different commercials. I hear from all these different things out there, ads, this, ad, that, about these different drugs or these different supplements or this or that. Like, it is confusing. So we're here to make it simple in today's podcast, get it down to what exactly do I need? When do I need it? So I think, we'll be able to make this system real simple for you by the time we're finished with this podcast. But Cheryl, we live in this fast-paced world now. Everything seems to be picking up faster and faster and faster. Even if we ate perfect, even if we grew our own fruits and vegetables in great soil, which no one does, but we go to the store, we think we're buying fruits and vegetables that are organic. They're supposed to contain all these nutrients. They don't. If the soil doesn't contain the nutrients, the fruits and vegetables don't. And as a matter of fact, we're working with more and more people now who are on this carnivore diet, and more research is coming out that actually fruits and vegetables contain some toxins that the body doesn't even process well. So there's some new research that's showing that we shouldn't even be eating vegetables.
Right. I know. And listen, Paul, that I love vegetables. Like, yeah. I love them. Yeah. And I love salads.
I've been there when you order salads. It's quite the experience.
I love them.
A little bit of everything.
And, after this research that we've been doing and just seeing like how bad, and like it drives me crazy, because it's not necessarily, yes, we already know there's not a lot of stuff in the food, but it's how the food is prepared for us before we get it in the grocery store. This makes me so mad. Yeah. They do weird things to it, like eggs. They wash eggs in chlorine. They do all of these crazy things to the meats. Yep. To the chicken. They do the chicken in some kind of wash that's disturbing, that makes it illegal in any other country, right? I mean, I have a couple of friends, and they all grew up. One grew up in South Africa and one grew up in Denmark. And just to hear them talk about the difference in not only the taste of the food, but the way they feel since they've moved here. It's really super sad. And I love what you're saying, that we do have to take back, the responsibility for ourselves and for our own health, and stop believing that, so-and-so has my best interest at heart. No, they don't. Nobody has your best interest at heart but you. Okay. That's how it goes. And really what it has to do with, Paul, and we know this and we say it all the time, and I think we're starting to see it a little bit more, is that it has everything to do with money. That's it. Yep. That's the bottom line. Yep. If somebody can't make this much money on it, or put the drugs out there to make this money, or whatever it is, then they're just not interested in doing it. And they don't care about you and me. They don't care.
They don't. And luckily, though, according to research, 70% of Americans get this. 70% of Americans are taking some sort of health supplement. They get it. We're still worried about the other 30% who still hasn't caught on yet, that even if you ate perfect, you're not going to get the nutrients you need. So it's critical to supplement. We have to. There's no other way around this. Now, even though the 70% of people are taking supplements, maybe they're taking a vitamin D3, which is great. It's super, super important to take, but that's one of 90 things that you need. There's 90 essential nutrients that your body must have every single day. It can't make these nutrients. So you might be taking one of this or one of that, or, maybe you're taking one a day or a Centrum or one of these, crazy tablet things that don't do anything for you. So we're here to educate you today on what you really do need and the timing of it and how to do it properly. And I'm excited about this, Cheryl, because there's this big gap out there that people are experiencing in their lives. Even if they don't have any serious illness yet, they're on track to maybe have something bad happen. We're seeing more people again becoming overweight or obese. Diabetes is on the rise. Cancer is always there. Heart disease is always there. And if you don't have experiencing those things, people are just generally tired or generally not feeling 100%. They know they could feel better. They can feel it inside themselves that they're missing something. They just don't know what it is.
Yeah, run down. I like to say a lot of times, just feeling run down. and exhausted and tired, and cortisol's at an all-time high. That's just the stress hormone that you feel in your body whenever you're stressed out. So think about that. Every person that we meet now, Paul, they've got some kind of stressor on them, right? That's just like the age we live in, I guess.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have something to counteract those things and to really make a difference in your body, and something, the thing that I love about this new product that we're going to talk about, Paul, is just that it's innovative, it's cutting edge, it's everything that we need in two simple little cans, taking at certain times during the day, once in the morning, once at night, and really being able to easily do that without, having to do 60 years of research.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, which I love. Please just tell me
what to do.
When to take it.
So if you want the notes of this podcast, you can go to elevateyourlife.com. Real quick, it's episode 166. Just pull up the notes, and all the research that we're talking about is there about this. The problem is evident, I think, Cheryl, to everybody. And the big question is, what's the solution? How do we fix this? And tell our listeners about this amazing Rise and Restore 3.0 product that just got released.
Oh my gosh. Well, I just love, first of all, I love the name, right? So I'm not like a marketing guru or anything, but I love like when something is really well stated in a short way. I do. I'm like, Paul, how do we make it shorter? Make it shorter. Make it, that's too long. We
have a great relationship with that. I always want to, write a book, and you're like, no, we need like 4 words. And
yeah, exactly. No, but this is called Rise and Restore 3.0. And I just love it because, to me, Paul, this is a real game changer, and it promises that we can transform our daily routines, which I love because, and the other thing that I really like about it is that we need different products at different times.
Yes.
And so that's how Rise and Restore is set up. Rise. I wonder when I would take that. Rise. Well, the sun rises. So maybe I'll take, right? This is not hard, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to take that in the morning, right when you get up. And I know we were at a meeting just a little while ago, and I love this because one of the guys up talking, I think it was Sanjeev, he said, in the morning, your cells need a shower. Yeah. And I just love that because you haven't had anything to drink for a while. You've been asleep. So you really need to hydrate, of course, with water, but do that with the Rise in it. So you just put the Rise in your water in the morning, do it.
1 scoop.
Yep. 1 scoop, and do it the minute you get up. Correct.
Yep. Within 30 minutes of waking for sure.
Yep. So I love that. So that's the Rise. And then as we get ready to go to bed.
Let's talk about the Rise, Cheryl.
All right. Okay. So we're going to, okay. Yeah. I was just going to give a little synopsis about the Restore, but let's talk about the Rise.
Let's talk about the Rise. So then 30 minutes of waking up, we're going to have the Rise. And as you said, there's 90 essential nutrients your body needs. The truth is that some of them you need in the morning and some of them you need in the evening. I think the people who take, and we've promoted this in our past, and we kind of not apologize for it, but maybe we didn't know any better, and more research comes out. But there's specific nutrients that are going to give you energy, that are going to make you help you with focus and cognitive brain function. You want to take those in the morning. And then there's certain nutrients that are made more to relax in the evening. So it makes sense to break them up into 2. And besides, what we're seeing with a lot of people, Cheryl, is that taking too much at one time was having adverse reactions in people. Like they almost felt like, they were overdoing it at one time by taking all the nutrients at once. So I really love the idea of breaking it up into 2. And let's talk about this morning. So you wake up in the morning, within 30 minutes, you're drinking a scoop of this Rise in your water. I like mixing it in a lot of water. I have a big water thing for 25 ounces. You can put it in 8 ounces or 25. The amount of water does not matter. But like you said, being hydrated in the morning is super, super important. You haven't had anything to drink in 7-8 hours. So it makes sense to get some water into your body and get some nutrients there. So let's talk about this Rise and all the great things that it contains.
Yeah, well, the very first one is brain support. I mean, who doesn't need some brain support? I talk to so many people who are like, I'm groggy in the morning. And this is certainly the case if you are struggling with sleeping and have to take some kind of sleep aid. you're super groggy in the morning, which we want to talk to you about not doing that, of course, because that's it really is hard on your body to take a sleep aid. But sometimes, I mean, people got to sleep, right? I mean, it's something that's super, super important. So this is going to help with that. First thing is that clarity, the for your mind in the morning as you're getting up.
Yeah, absolutely. And a part of that clarity comes from getting your body those minerals. You know, Cheryl and I are obsessed with the 60 minerals, and there's 60 minerals in the 90 essential nutrients. So, you know, 2/3 of the nutrients you need are minerals. And again, we've gone 7-8 hours now, maybe longer. We've gone 12 hours without any minerals in our system. So to get that AM dose of minerals right away as soon as you wake up, to me, is essential. And that's really what gets my day off to the right start.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about hydration and the importance of that. So it's going to help out with your hydration in the morning, along with an electrolyte support, which we definitely need.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing that on the side, truth be told, by adding some extra sodium and potassium into our drink every morning. We found that is something that really is essential, especially first thing in the morning, getting some of those extra sodium and extra potassium to get your body rolling and have that electrolyte support early in the morning.
Yeah, and that's all in the Rise, so it's all in there now. It also will give you an energy boost and also help with your metabolism. Paul, I talk to so many people that are struggling with metabolism issues, so that's going to really help with that. And then also mood and stress blend. I mean, now come on. That's something that
I don't know anybody that's having any mood or stress problems, Cheryl. So.
Yes, exactly.
We're all facing some daily challenges, so that's always good to have that in the morning.
Yep, that's absolutely right. And then a phytonutrient matrix for overall health. Now, I love that. I mean, I just think that there's so many great things in here. And then, of course, antioxidant and immune support.
Yep. Got to stay healthy throughout the day. So it's packed with everything you need in the morning to get you through the day. So now these vitamins are water soluble. So that what that means is within about 12 hours, they're out of your system. That's why we developed it this way, is that let's say you wake up at 5, 6, or 7, and whatever time you wake up at, you're taking the AM. You about 12 hours later, it doesn't have to be exact, but around 5, 6, 7 at night, you want to take the Restore. Now, what's the magic of Restore, Cheryl?
Oh, well, what this does is it's designed to help your body recover, which is awesome, and really prepare for a restful sleep. I think that's so important because there's so many people with sleep issues out there, sleep challenges. So
now, again, it's going to give you that 60 minerals in the evening. So we burned through all the minerals all day for the past 12 hours, but we're going to give you a PM dose of the same 60 minerals. And we've been taking the liquid minerals all day, before, but now by having them in the Rise and Restore, it's awesome. You don't have to worry about taking extra. It's already built into the product.
Yeah. And I love this. The thing about it is, you guys, when you go to sleep, and I like to kind of talk not on a doctor's level, if you will, but what happens is this is the time when your body really repairs itself, when it really goes in and is able to repair. So I love Restore because it gives your body what it needs to improve your circulation and your heart, let's say, right? It gives you your heart support. Of course, your heart needs support. It pumps continuously all day long, all night long, right? So that is super important. And then another thing that is really important for evening time is that relaxation support, right? Is to just be able to relax. And that's the time. I mean, we've talked about this before, Paul, in other podcasts, but I think it's super important just to remember to, kind of start winding down your electronics.
Yeah.
And just kind of get into that time where you've got, where you can and where you are able to relax. But this will definitely help with that.
Yeah, we did that podcast maybe a couple of months back. Actually, a 2-part podcast we did that talked about the ultimate sleep system and what to do right before you go to bed. And that's fantastic right before you go to bed. But again, this is something you do 5, 6, 7 to start that process of winding down. And if you don't start the process and you just think you're going to fall asleep at 10 when you hit the pillow, whatever time it is, you're dead wrong. It's got to be a process. It's got to start earlier than that. And that's why it's so important to take this in the evening to get that process going.
Right. That's awesome. Okay, great. So also some stress relief components, which we definitely need, certainly after some of the days that
Our days, all of
I
our
know
days.
all of us are having, right? Help. It's got some liver detox support. So that's always awesome and super useful. Adaptogenic hormonal balance support. Paul, talk to us about that. Good night. That's super important.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the mushroom coffee. We got to do one of our next podcasts on that, because that is something I love drinking, especially in the morning with that. But the reason for that is because it has these mushrooms, and the mushrooms, these healthy mushrooms, are adaptogenic. You know, they kind of work with your body and get your body to that homeostasis place where it's just completely balanced out. And now this has it in it. So you know, it's so great to have these ashwagandha and these type of things in your in your evening dose now, so that you can, again, it's going to help that wind down process of balancing everything out, especially your hormones, right before you go to bed.
Yeah, that is so awesome. It also has a digestive system support in the form of a pre and probiotic blend.
Yeah, get your gut right before bed. Yep.
Yeah, we know how important that is. And also, it also has an immunity superfood complex. So we definitely want to have that every day right before we go to bed also, just as our body's preparing to really repair itself throughout the night.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, our immune system's recovering throughout the night too, just as our body is. So we have to do all we can, especially this time of year, to keep our immune systems as strong as we can, and to have some great nutrients in the morning that will support our immune system throughout the day, and then help that immune system recover during the evening and night.
I love it. So Paul, tell us why. Like, why would we choose this over a one a day gummy? Or over, you know, maybe I'm already taking, like you said, a few things.
Maybe yeah. Again, I love what you said initially is that confusion part. It's going to take all the confusion out of everything, because we got 2 canisters. And I got them, you know, for those of you watching on YouTube, I got 2 in my hand here. So it's real simple. You take the Rise, 1 scoop of Rise in the morning and 1 scoop of Restore in the evening with the water, and it's real simple. And that's, I think, what I love best about it, Cheryl, is the simplicity of it all. It's all in one product. You got the whole kitchen sink in there, and this really can be your foundation to health. Now, you may meet with your holistic health coach, and they may recommend some things to add on to this because you got some certain issues going on with you. But basically, this is the foundation. So everything is built off of this afterwards. And at the very, very least, get the foundation in your daily routine, where at least you're doing what you need to do to keep your body functioning the way it is. Again, these are not going to heal you. Your body heals itself. But if you don't give the body what it needs, it can't do what it's supposed to do. So you have to give it what it needs. If you give it what it needs, it can do amazing things. God built this human body to function a certain way, but if it doesn't have the raw materials it needs, it can't do anything it's supposed to. And I like looking at the human body by looking at each individual cell in your body. Each cell needs to be healthy. And to keep each cell healthy, it needs certain nutrients. So these 2 products contain those nutrients each cell needs to stay at and work at its optimal level. And that's what I love most about this, Cheryl.
Yeah, and I just want to be clear on one small point there. Paul said we need to give our bodies what it needs. Our bodies do not, and they have never needed, drugs.
Right.
Okay. Pharmaceutical drugs. That is not what your body needs. Pharmaceutical drugs. I remember I heard this years ago, but I was so fascinated by it that a pharmaceutical drug that you're taking for whatever it is has never, ever fixed a problem. Not ever. Not only has it never fixed a problem, it's never gotten to the root cause of anything. And not only that, but I can promise you it is more than likely causing you more problems. And it's just fascinating to me that we keep getting sold this bill of goods, which is terrible, right? I just think it's such a dishonest situation for the American people. It drives me crazy. Well, for all people, actually. So, okay, well, I'm going to let Paul talk about the ORAC score in just a second, but I do want to just mention that this is just so you guys know gluten-free and vegetarian friendly, which I love that. I really like that the formulation is gluten-free. Of course, we believe that gluten is glue, and so it's not good for your body at all.
Yep.
And then vegetarian friendly, I love. So tell us about the ORAC score, Paul, because I really think this is a big, huge plus.
Yeah. So ORAC score, fancy 4-letter word for oxygen radical absorption capacity. Now, what that means in English is that this product in every product out there has an ORAC score to it. And it tells how good that product is at fighting off free radicals in your body.
So free radicals are bad, right?
Free radicals are bad. Exactly. So
that's what causes cancer.
It does, and a whole bunch of other inflammation and all kinds of other health problems. So we all want to fight free radicals in our body.
Okay.
So the government, health associations have come out with this score, and it's third-party tested. They test, like for instance, I got a whole list of raspberries are 4,882. That's their ORAC score. So you can take any fruit, any vegetable, get their ORAC score. So most things are, 4,000, 3,000. Cherries are 3,365. Almonds are 4,454. So everything's got an ORAC score to it. You can look it up. This product here, when you take the two products together, it's over 300,000. Now, I don't know anything on the planet that has 300,000 on it. It doesn't exist. But it's because of all these things put together in the product, added together, gets this score of 300,000. And we're not here to make any kind of any claims, but let's just say at a certain level of 100,000, it's ORAC score. It's impossible for certain things to happen, bad things to happen.
Well, certain bad things to grow inside your body.
Yeah.
Is really what it is.
It's three times that amount.
Yeah, it is. And you guys, that alone, like if we only just got on and told you just that should be enough of a reason for you to get this and give it a try, because it is life-changing. Just that is life-changing because of what it will do.
Yeah. The heart support, we all know heart disease is number 1 killer. Cancer is number 2 killer. So we got to do all we can to prevent those two things. And getting a high ORAC score from anything you can possibly consume is the key to that.
Yeah. I love it. It's also extremely low in carbohydrates. So it's diabetic friendly and keto friendly, which is absolutely awesome. I think we talked a little bit earlier about how many people have diabetes. It's just absolutely outrageous. But this is something that you can take that'll really help you along those lines. So that's awesome. It will support you in living younger longer. I just love that saying, living.
It is. And this is something that's a great topic, Cheryl, because we have a population that is aging. Baby boomers are getting older, and we're seeing the vast majority of people in this country becoming older. And it's not about how long you can live. I mean, we're seeing people live now in their 80s.
90s.
But the question is, how many of those years are healthy?
Quality of life.
If you're 65 and you got terrible quality of life and you're living to 90, no, thank you.
No, sir. That is such a big deal, Paul, because it's how can you live younger, longer? And I'm not talking about, how can I look like I'm 20 forever? That would be fantastic. That's not what we're talking about though, right? It's about how we feel. It's about still the things that we can do. Yeah. As we get older, we can still do things that we could do, taking these nutrients, we can still do things that we could do in our 20s and 30s. And, so I love this whole idea of living younger, longer, but the cool thing is we're smarter.
Yeah.
So that's
and I know recently you were at a tennis match, a sectionals.
Yeah.
And you were with some ladies playing tennis. And I know that you had revealed your actual age to them, and they did not believe you. You had to show them your license. And they're like, Cheryl, whatever you're doing, there's just no way you're that old. And whatever you're doing, we're doing it. And you can see people who are have the nutrients inside of them. It shows on the outside.
Yeah, it does. It does, because you're going to start on the inside, but it'll show on the outside. I think
Yeah.
that's so important. And I think a lot of times that our society says do everything on the outside and pay more for the outside and don't worry about the inside. Untrue.
Yeah.
It's untrue, because I don't care. You can look like $1,000,000, but if you don't feel good inside, forget it. It's not going to work. It's going to come to a point where it's just not a joy to, continue on. Right. And so
Yeah.
you just have to remember that it's on the inside just as much as on the outside.
Absolutely.
All right. So it's super easy to incorporate into your daily routine. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're a truck driver. I don't care if you're an actor or actress. I don't care if it doesn't matter, right? You could be a professional athlete, all of us, every single person can easily incorporate this into your daily routine, once in the morning and once at night.
Yeah. Awesome. It's really targeted nutrition at those times of day, to really give, again, your body what it needs when it needs it. That's the key to this. Just to wrap things up, Cheryl, we've had people ask us, well, what is this like going to replace, or what is this compared to out there? And so we actually went on to Amazon. We went to different stores and looked for health products that kind of match this, or in the same category, and we couldn't find any.
No.
I mean, there's no company out there. This is extremely difficult to make. First of all, with all the nutrients in here, it's hard to make it taste good. And we've done I think the company's done an amazing job of making this taste great, which is super important to people. But some of these different nutrients don't taste that good flat out. And that's why a lot of companies leave key nutrients out of their products.
That's
right.
And
don't try to put the whole kitchen sink into one product, because it's super difficult to make it taste good. It's what it comes down to.
But we have,
yeah, which is amazing. So there really is no competition. There's, this is a one-of-a-kind type of product that is so it's got a 98% absorbability rate, which as soon as you go to tablets, you're going to get that down in the single digits. I mean, it's goes way down really fast. So you really want to use a powder that you can mix in liquid that can get into your bloodstream fast. You can feel it instantly. Again, the number one reason why people are struggling with their weight, they're struggling with different health concerns, is because they're lacking essential nutrients that this product contains. And it gives you those nutrients, again, at the right time of day. So, everything you need is here. And really my question to everybody, Cheryl, is your health worth $3 a day? Because that's what it comes down to. It's going to cost you about $3 a day to take this product. And if you don't think your health's worth $3 a day, then don't take it. But I can't believe one of our listeners would say, nah, my health's not worth $3 a day. I'm not going to spend the money to get this.
And if it isn't, then please reconsider what's important to you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not kidding. Because even if you're in your 20s, even if you're a teen, you have got to start taking control now, because you don't want, that's what is driving me crazy, Paul, because you guys know I'm a mom. I have kids that are 16 years old, and I have seen over the last, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so, just the amount of kids that are starting to suffer with weight problems and diabetes, and the same chronic problems that we're having as we're much, 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 much older. These young kids are getting it also at the same time. They're not getting their calcium. They're not getting the things that they need for to help them develop and to grow. And not only that, but I think one of the biggest problems that we're facing with our young kids these days is just this whole idea of depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
And it's just getting them on these good nutrients that are really going to support their bodies overall as they're growing.
100%. So get back to the person that invited you here. Hopefully it was a certified holistic health coach that invited you to this podcast. Get back with them. They'll be able to hook you up with this product, give you a discount on it. You can also go to elevateyourhealth.com. The link's in the notes. So it's elevate with the 8 in there, yourhealth.com, and you can purchase it right there. Cheryl and I will work with you personally to help you on your quest for health. And Cheryl, I'm just excited to get the whole world on this. Every man, woman, and child needs this product.
Yeah, I completely agree, Paul. And what a fantastic product that just makes it so easy to take. Once in the morning, once at night. There's nothing you have to research or study or anything like that. It's just super easy, super simple, and really takes all of the confusion out of being able to get like super, super healthy and really just feel so good and really elevate all of the parts of your life that we talk about, all 8 areas. You guys, it's been such a pleasure spending time with you today. Stay committed and stay consistent. Remember, you have the power to elevate your life and the lives of those around you. We can't wait to see you.